Hello everyone, I'm Nidhin K Biju. I was secured All India rank 89 in the Civil Service Examination 2019. In today's video, we'll be discussing about how to choose an optional for UPSC Civil Service Examination. So as we all know, we have to choose one optional in the Civil Service Examination. We'll be discussing about the various criteria of choosing the optional, and we'll be discussing about the various subcategories or the kind of subjects which are available to take as an optional subject. First of all, let me thank Unacademy for providing me this platform to present the video. In Unacademy, you'll be getting daily live classes, live test and quizzes, structured courses, and unlimited access to live and recorded videos. Also, there is an Unacademy learning app which will make your learning easier. This is about me, I already told you. So in Unacademy, we have around 100 plus top educators from all over the country. They'll be taking at least 15,000 plus courses in a variety of subjects, and there are a lot of upcoming courses also. Also, when it comes to the subscription, it is very much flexible. You have this 1 month subscription, 3 month subscription, 6 month subscription, and the 12-month subscription. If you are taking subscription for a longer period, then you will be getting a higher rate of discount. And when it comes to subscription, there are mainly two types of subscription, that is the plus subscription and the iconic subscription. In the plus subscription, you'll be getting live classes, you'll be getting the test series, you'll be getting unlimited practice and structured schedule. And when it comes to the iconic subscription, apart from the benefits of the plus subscription, additionally you will be getting personal coach, daily mains question and answer practice, study planner, and personal feedback. So if you plan to take any of this subscription, you can use my code. My code is Nidhin, and if you use my code, you'll be getting a 10% discount on the courses which is being taken. Now, coming to the topic of the day. Now, as we all know, in UPSC Civil Service, we have to take one optional subject, and that one optional subject there will be two papers, paper 1 and paper 2. So this will happen on the same day itself. Like paper 1 will be on the morning, and paper 2 will be in the afternoon. Okay, and each of this paper will carry 250 marks. So both paper 1 and paper 2, that is the optional subject combined, has 500 marks in the mains examination. So this 500 marks, it is approximately 29% of the mains examination marks. So mains examination is a total of 1750 marks. So this 500 marks out of 1750 becomes around 29% of the total mains marks. So this is the importance of preparation of the optional. Around one third, okay, of the marks come from the optional itself. Okay, so this is the importance of the preparing the optional subject. Now, if we try to classify the optional subjects, so there are subjects which are available from a variety of streams. So that will actually help you to choose which optional is better for you, which is more suitable for you. So there are subjects from humanities, like sociology, public administration, philosophy, etc. And there are subjects from science also, like the basic sciences, physics, chemistry, mathematics, etc. Then there are engineering subjects as well. Electronics, I'm sorry, electrical and electrical engineering is there. Electronics is not there. Okay, so electrical engineering is there, mechanical engineering is there, civil engineering is there. Then there are management subjects. Then there are language subjects, that is the literature subjects are also there to choose from. Okay, so we can choose from any of the streams. In the next slide, I'll be discussing about the list of subjects. So here you can see that we have agriculture. Okay, so this is a very popular optional for, especially for the graduates who are from the agriculture background. Then there is animal husbandry and veterinary science. There is anthropology, which is again another very popular subject. Very popular subject. There are instances where students have scored, aspirants have scored more than 350 marks in the anthropology optional. Then there is botany, then there is chemistry, which are from the basic sciences. Okay, then there is civil engineering, as I already discussed. It's one of the three engineering subjects which is there in the list of optionals. Then there is commerce and accountancy. Then there is economics. So then there is electrical engineering, which I already told you, again another engineering subject. As an electronics graduate, I actually went through the syllabus of the electrical engineering subject, and it all overlaps. Around 60% of the syllabus overlaps with electronics and communication also. So if a person is having either electrical engineering or electronics and communication engineering as a graduation, then definitely he or she can go for choosing electrical engineering as an optional. Okay, then there is geography. Geology is there. Geology is also comparatively good subject. Okay, botany is history is there. Law is there. Management, mechanical engineering, medical science. So usually, or the medical graduates usually take medical science as an optional, which has shown to give successful result also. Then there is philosophy, physics, political science, and IR. So this is another popular subject. Then there is psychology, public administration is the public administration was my optional. Then there is sociology, statistics, and zoology. Okay, so out of this optional, I would say some of the which are the most popular subjects. One is political science and international relations. Then public administration is there. Then here, if you see, then here we have sociology also. Sociology is there. Then we have geography, then we have anthropology. So these are the subjects which are normally chosen by the aspirants from the humanities stream. Okay, also in the list of optional we have literature of any of the following. Okay, we have we can actually choose any of these languages as an optional also. So the languages as an optional is becoming more popular in the recent years. So if you are a person who is from Karnataka, you can definitely check Kannada literature as the optional. If you are a person who is from Kerala, you can take Malayalam literature as an optional. In the same manner, you can definitely take any of this literature subject as your optional subject. Okay, moving forward. Now, when we see the criteria to choose the optional, the main criteria, the first and the most important criteria is your interest in that subject. Okay, I would say that this is the, see, if we have to give a weightage to the criteria, 70% of the weightage should go to your interest. So that much important is this first criteria. Okay, so it's because of the fact that you need to spend a lot of time with your optional. So if you are clearing in your first attempt itself, then definitely you have to study your optional for at least 1 year, right? So you have to spend a lot of time, and depending on your attempt, the time will increase. So that lot of time you'll be spending with your optional subject itself. So that's why you have to choose a subject that interests you. You can't take a boring subject, like a subject that is boring for you, and you can't expect yourself to be efficient and productive in that. So this is the most important reason why you have to choose a subject of your interest. Okay, so how to do that, I will just tell you how I did it. Okay, how I chose an optional for myself. So it was again primarily based on interest. I'll tell you how to choose an optional based on your interest, how to see whether you are interested in that subject. Okay, first make a list of the subjects that you feel are interesting. So in my case, when I went through the list of optional, the subject which I thought were interesting for me were one is public administration, then political science and international relations, sociology, geography, and history. Okay, and from those five subjects, I again, what did I do? I just went through the syllabus of those subjects. So I went through the syllabus of these five subjects, and then I felt that yeah, public administration is very much interesting. Also, you see, it is very relevant to the job which I am going to do. That is, as a civil servant, public administration is the practical aspect which I'll be doing in the actual civil service also. So that also interested me, right? So and then what I did, read some pages of the standard books of those subjects. So I just took a book called Prasad and Prasad, and I started reading some of the pages. You can read some pages or a chapter and see whether it is interesting or not. Okay, I read Prasad and Prasad some pages. Then I read online some materials also I read. So then I felt that public administration is really interesting for me, and definitely I can choose that subject as an optional. So depending on this, so after making a list of the subject, then going through the syllabus and then reading some standard books. After this, still I felt that public administration is interesting, so I went for it. Similarly, in your case also, after going through the syllabus and going through some pages, if you still feel the subject is interesting, then go for it. So this is the primary criteria. in which you will be choosing your optional, that is the interest. Now the second criteria where you have to which will help you in choosing the optional is your background in that subject. Okay, so the background, I mean, it might be your graduation subject. For example, as I already told you, if you're an agriculture graduate, it makes perfect sense to go for agriculture as an optional. If you're a medical science, if you're a doctor, then it makes perfect sense to take medical science as an optional. Okay, similarly, the same is the case with engineering also. Okay, if you have a background in any subject, and if you think that you'll be able to manage that subject as an optional in UPSC also, then you can definitely go for it. Okay, and another second criteria to choose the background will be literature subjects. If you are an avid reader of them, assume you are a person from Karnataka. Okay, and you are a very good reader of Kannada literature from your childhood itself. You have read a lot of books. Okay, you are very much comfortable with the literature and the language. Okay, so in that case, you can definitely choose a literature subject as your optional also. Okay, so that also comes under the background which you are having. Okay, and here the way to choose is the just compare the UPSC syllabus with your background knowledge. Okay, just go through the UPSC syllabus again. So here we can see that choosing any optional UPSC syllabus becomes important. Okay, important factor. So syllabus is the primary step you should start with. Okay, whatever you want to decide, you start with the syllabus. You start with the syllabus, read the syllabus, and see how much here, how much comparison, how much overlapping is there with your background knowledge. For example, you are an electronics and communication engineering, then you want to choose electrical engineering as an optional. Okay, then you should see, compare the UPSC syllabus with your background knowledge. That is, your background is electronics and communication, compare the electric syllabus of electrical engineering with electronics and communication engineering. See how much overlapping is there. See how many new chapters which you have to read. Okay, how many new subjects you have to read. Okay, after seeing that, if you think it is manageable, then go for it. So that will be my advice. Similarly, if you are choosing a literature subject, see how much background knowledge you already have. See how much books you have to read more. Will it be too much vast, or will it be manageable? So after thinking, after putting a thought on all this, then you can definitely choose the subject as an optional. Okay, so yeah, so see how much overlapping is there, choose based on it. So now I would say golden rule. Okay, golden rule for choosing an optional is, if you have an interest in it and if you have a background in it, then you have to go for it. Okay, so if you have both interest and background in a single subject, then I would suggest that you go for that particular subject, because you have a great chance of scoring in that particular subject because of this, the combined factor of both interest and background. So it doesn't matter even if the optional seems to be difficult, or if it is said to be less scoring, if it is said to be vast or something. Though all those are the other factors. Okay, but if you think that you have an interest plus you have the background in that subject, then whatever be the subject, you should go for it. So that is my personal opinion. Okay, now, there are some other considerations also while choosing the optional subject, which I'll be discussing now. So, the vastness of the subject. See, if you are planning, it depends on the time which is available for you. If you are a beginner, you're starting your preparation in June for the next June. Okay, so you have around 1 year for your preparation. And if you think that you have to complete your optional in the first 3 4 months, before December or something, then definitely the vastness, how vast is the subject, becomes a very important factor. Okay, so here there are some subjects where the syllabus is very vast. So think about the vastness of the subject also before choosing an optional. Otherwise, you won't be able to complete the syllabus. So this was one criteria, though a tertiary criteria. Okay, not even primary or secondary. This was a tertiary criteria for me while choosing the public administration as an optional, because the syllabus is very concise. Okay, so you can also decide on the choosing an optional think also keep in mind about the vastness of the subject also. So after thinking about this, after giving a thought on this, if you still feel the subject is good, then you can definitely go for it. And you can also check for the scoring pattern in the previous years. So these considerations, even though I am mentioning it, let me tell you, these are not the primary or the secondary considerations. These are the lower level consideration, might even matter only 5%. Okay, just these criteria should matter only 5% while choosing the optional. Okay, so the vastness, the scoring pattern in the previous year, see if the toppers are getting about. So one criteria would be whether the optional is scoring 300 plus. Okay, so if the optional is scoring 300 plus, then it is a good scoring subject. If it is struggling to score 300 plus, then it is the scoring pattern is a bit difficult there in that particular subject. Okay, this is another important factor while choosing the optional: availability of guidance materials and test series. So if you choose some of the less popular subjects, then the issue which you will be facing is the lack of guidance, that is the coaching, also the lack of materials, the PDFs and all will not be that much easily available, and especially the test series won't be available. That is the issue with less popular subjects. For example, after prelims, in those 3 months, if you want to write a test series, it would be very difficult to find a test series in if the optionals is very less popular. So before choosing a subject, you keep in mind about this also, whether there is abundant availability of guidance materials and test series. So this becomes another factor, another consideration while choosing the optional subject. Also, you can also briefly go through the opinion of the toppers who cleared with that particular optional. Okay, so this is also another important matter because they have the experience. Also, they have cleared through it. They will be having some tips for you to follow while choosing that optional. So try to search in YouTube to find such toppers who have cleared using that particular optional subject. So this will help you to get more clarity on the subject which you are choosing. Okay, so another criteria which you can use is whether it overlaps with the other subjects in the syllabus. For in my case, if I take the example of public administration has overlapping with the general studies 2 paper, general studies 4 paper, that is ethics. Okay, and even in essay paper also. So that was one positive aspect of public administration which helped me to choose it. Okay, you can actually think about it. You can just keep in mind, but again, as I already told you, these should not be the primary criteria. Primary criteria will be the interest you have in the subject. Okay, I hope I'm very clear to you regarding the different considerations while choosing the optional subject. Now, I'll give you some tips for optional preparation, some rules, some general rules, which if you follow will be better, will be good for clearing the examination in a easier manner. One is the previous year questions are really important as most often the questions get repeated. In optional subject, the syllabus is very limited. Okay, so even what the max they can do is they can actually twist the questions and ask. So that is what usually happens in the optionals. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to see the previous year questions, and if you compare different previous year questions, you will see that the questions are being repeated in various years. So you'll get an idea about which area to be focused on, and you can actually prepare answers. You can prepare a framework of an answer for those particular questions which are continuously being repeated in the mains examination, and this will definitely happen. Questions do get repeated in the optional papers, even though it might not happen in the general studies or ethics papers, but in optional the questions will get repeated. So the previous year questions are the most important source for preparation for optional subject. Okay, let it be for any optional, even it doesn't matter what the optional is. For any optional, previous year questions is the most important. Okay, then the syllabus should be really thorough within you, because as I already told you, the syllabus is limited. They will keep on asking from the same syllabus itself. So if the syllabus is clear to you, then your preparation will be streamlined. Okay, so that will help you to save a lot of time in not reading unnecessary materials and all. Okay, then try to complete the optional subject at least once before the prelims. So what I try to mean here is you should be mains ready even before the prelims is over. Okay. So what I would suggest you is, if you are try to complete the optional by December, January. Okay, if the prelims is in June, try to complete the optional by December, January at least once. Keep the notes ready. The optional notes should also be ready with you even before the prelims. Okay, so after prelims, you don't have to focus much on preparing the notes and all. You just have to focus on just revising the notes which you have already prepared before the prelims examination. So the best thing is to complete your optional at least once by December and January. Then after prelims, start reading, start revising the optional notes which you have already prepared. And there can be some leftover syllabus, but what I mean is, try to complete at least 80% of the syllabus should be completed before the prelims. Okay, so in this manner, after prelims, you will be able to focus more on GS also. GS and SA you can focus more, because optional, if your optional is already ready, then you will be able to concentrate more on the other subjects, so that you can actually score high marks in all the subjects. Okay. So that is the strategy which I followed. I completed my optional before prelims itself. So try to do that. So these are some of the tips for optional preparation. So I hope you understood the tips and the tricks. So that's all for today's video. I hope you like it. I hope your doubts regarding choosing an optional is clarified. So all the best for your preparation. And let me again tell you, if you want to take any subscription, give the code as Nidhin, and you'll be getting a 10% discount on all your subscriptions. So all the best for your preparation. Have a great day. Thank you.